Hello, model railroad enthusiast. I'm Walt, and welcome to my first model railroading YouTube video. I really want to start off right with a great big shout out. So, envelope please. That shout out goes to everybody. That's right. Everybody on YouTube that takes the time to produce your videos on model railroading for the rest of us to enjoy, my shout out goes to you. I have to say that I have really enjoyed over the last few years watching all the different channels and subscribing and following along and everybody's progress on whether it's modeling or layouts, operations, or whatever. So it's very inspiring, and I figured that maybe it was time for me to get off the sidelines and jump into the pond, so to speak. So just again, big shout out to everybody who takes the time and extra effort to post your YouTube videos for the rest of us to enjoy. They're very entertaining and it's great to watch, so keep it up. Now the problem is that I don't currently have a layout that I can show and share with you. The layout that I once had took up a good portion of my basement, but had to be dismantled and moved, as you know how that story goes. And what remains is in storage boxes in a storage room, waiting that day to come back to life, which could be still a couple of years away before I either have the space or the time or whatever to put a layout together. In the meantime, that hasn't dampened my interest in the hobby, so I stay connected by watching, obviously, your YouTube videos, which is always appreciated, and I stay connected by building some models that will eventually populate my layout, doing a little rail fanning, and also doing some layout tours. So I thought, well, maybe that's something I can share from my little vantage point. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. So one of the things I was able to do this past year that was a lot of fun, never done before, was to go to a National Model Railroad Association National Convention, the one up that was in Cleveland. So I made the trek. Could only go for a couple of days, couldn't go for the entire week, but I figured I'd try it out because I'd never done that before. And I have to say that was a lot of fun. I was amazed by the diversity of activities, lectures, people, interests, all those kinds of things that you can connect with at the convention. And I highly recommend it if you've never done it before. So on the first day that I got there, I signed up for a layout tour. I figured, well, check out some of the layouts that are in the Cleveland area. And again, I was surprised by the diversity of things that you could tour. I mean, not only just layout tours, but industries, railroads, history, sites, all sorts of things. But then, of course, they have a whole variety of different layout tours offered each day, whether you want to go for a half day, full day, whatever scale you're interested in. It was just amazing diversity. So I signed up for a half-day tour. They took us to 4 different layouts, and I have to say they were wonderful. It was great to invade the neighborhoods of Cleveland and find some of these great layouts that they took us to, and that was very enjoyable. So I put together a little bit of a video and a few pictures from our tour, so let's check that out.
Okay. And that's thanks to this man right here. that it's so seamless.
Oh, anybody else coming out?
Very scenic.
I guess. Anybody back there?
Are you coming this way or going that way? I'm going to go. Much more. You will get your spiral. But what I would say is don't be afraid of
You get back again?
No, the train goes on the bridge. No, does it? I thought you liked the
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun taking that tour and getting to meet other model railroaders along the way. Everybody was a gracious host at the open houses. If you noticed at the beginning of that video, it was a little fuzzy and out of focus. Well, as it turns out, the first stop we were at, he had it set up on a day-night cycle, and so when it became my turn to go into the layout room to tour, it was actually nighttime, and didn't know that. And I really didn't have my camera set up for doing nighttime shooting, so I didn't get as much useful video that turned out. A lot of it was out of focus because it just wasn't adjusted. And by the time that the nighttime cycle was finishing and we were coming into daytime, my turn in the layout room was up, and I let somebody else come in and take a look at it. So anyway, that's just the way it goes. But I really enjoyed the tour. There was some wonderful model railroading going on in Cleveland, and that was a good way to start the convention, was that first half day, checking out these tours. So it sounds like that's the warning signal, which means our time is about up. Hey, thank you so much for joining me for my first episode. I'll look forward again to your comments and your feedback, and we'll catch you next time. So keep the trains running on time.